We have a delay. It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
huh?
switch over to the Zoom.
All
screen.
right.
Yeah, that's better.
Perfect. Yeah, there we go. But we have to see, you know,
Yeah.
who is online and so forth.
Yeah,
Kitty, our cat, decided to start meowing as soon as we go live. Isn't just incredible? I love the timing of what's up with the kitties and Zoom.
they have a magnet. They know when you're going live on camera and they want to meow, meow, meow. But everyone got a glimpse of your spicy Latina.
I know, huh? Ay, incredible. Incredible. Let me see. We're going to see each other here. Okay, there we are. Yay. We can see ourselves. All right. Hi, Momo. All right. Momo's joining us. All right. Okay, we're going to wait a little more. We're sharp on time. We're going to wait to have a little more audience. We're going to have special guests today. We're going to have Lisa Kane. We're going to have Theresa Cox. We're going to have quick demos to show you. I'm very excited because we have a new interface with List Perfectly, and we're going to be showing you a lot of new tips and do's and don'ts. What are the most important things, okay, that you should do when managing inventory effectively with List Perfectly? Also, in addition, okay, and not only we're going to talk about delisting, relisting, and solve feature, okay, but as you know, recently we have unleashed unlimited capacity for you to save all of your listings in List Perfectly. So we're going to be talking about also about the catalog. So I'm very excited. Hey, Theresa. Yes, let me send the Zoom. Yes. We're going to do let me send the Zoom link to Theresa. Thank you so much. Gosh, we have to do a new link somehow. All right, there we go. Okay, Theresa, you should have it right then and there. Hi, Doug. All right, that's it. So inventory management. There it is. There is Alex coming.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alex.
How are you?
Good, good. Oh my God, Kitty. Literally, we went live and Kitty wouldn't know. Incredible. It's just the meme of the cat taped, okay, against the wall, okay, to get the Zoom session done. It's true, okay. Good morning, Theresa. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alex. Oh, good, good. Oh my God. Someone has a little, okay. Perfect. Good, List Perfectly in the house.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Good morning.
We're just giving a few minutes for everyone to join us here on YouTube.
Yep. Okay. Awesome. I'm looking at Doug. Doug is in YouTube. I said hi to Momo. A working fashion model. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. And also I said hi to the Verdana Files. Ooh, snowing in Chicago. Sunny and a little overcast here in northern Phoenix. I can't complain. I love the saying that is it. What is it? I love to watch the snow right from here, from Arizona. So yeah, beautiful weather today. I could say, what is it today? It's like 68 degrees here, so pretty neutral. How is over there in California, Alex?
It's raining, which is very good for us. We're always excited when it rains, so it's not too dry here, but it's cold for me. I used to be so much better with the cold weather, but I say nothing makes you softer than going back to California, because Once I left Boston for 2 months, under 50 degrees here, I'm freezing.
Yeah, so true.
I'm cold.
How
I
is
get
the
cold.
blizzard in Colorado?
Yep.
We're surviving. I'm on the very south end of the madness. So we had snow drifts this morning. It took a while to dig my husband's truck out so he could go to work, but we have a nice little trail for the mailman to come pick up all my packages. So we're good. That's always my main concern is, can I get a path for my mailman? Because I do not want to leave the house.
Yeah.
Wow, Lisa, I never
Don't
thought
blame you.
about it. Yes, the challenges of having snow. I'm sorry, Theresa, I cut you off. You were going to say something.
I was going to say, if it's not 80 degrees, I'm cold. So I can totally relate to what Alex was saying about California. When I go to California now, I mean, I lived there for 40 years. When I go back, I
Yeah.
literally pack sweatshirts and sweat jackets because it's too cold.
Well, once a Phoenician, oh my God, anything makes us cold, okay? So we have a lot of people joining us, okay? So I love it. We're having some, thank you so much. Look at all these beautiful people. And yes, Emily, oh, Emily joined us there. So what do you think? Shall we get started? Let's do this.
Looking
What do
forward
you
to this
think?
one.
Yep.
All right, Alex.
Okay, here we go. So, Clara, I know you have some videos. Should I share or are you wanting to host it?
Oh, please go ahead and share.
Awesome. Here we go. So we are about to get started with our inventory management panel. So excited to have everyone join us today. It's a great topic and one of my favorites. I think everyone's able to see our screen now. Sorry, we started a little bit in, but we're about to dive in. Okay, so as I was just saying, our inventory management panel is one of the most exciting panels, I think, for any seller because it's one of the biggest challenges that we face. And I think all of us can relate to that. We go sourcing, we take great photos, and all of a sudden we have to manage our inventory. And that is always such a challenge. So today we're going to be going over some amazing topics, which I'm about to dive into. But first, I just want to remind everyone that cross-posting to all your favorite platforms is possible with List Perfectly. As you know, we've recently added Instagram, which is a great way to promote your listings and attract new buyers, as well as grow your brand. So definitely, if you haven't cross-posted to Instagram yet, it's something I would highly recommend. We have a great panel about that here on YouTube as well, so feel free to watch that later. Okay. So for today's inventory management topics, we're going to be getting deep into the world of your inventory management through List Perfectly. So our first topic is unlimited products and cross-posting for $0 extra with List Perfectly. And I'm really excited about this because List Perfectly really supports our sellers. When you grow with List Perfectly, we don't charge you extra. And that's what this is all about, this unlimited products in your LP catalog for $0 extra, as well as unlimited cross-posting to every channel. Okay, of course, catalog management. So if you're not already adding or importing your listings to your LP catalog, this is going to definitely be an eye-opener for you. And we're going to get into all the benefits of that. Of course, delisting and relisting, which is one of my favorites because it is the way that I've seen a huge boost in my own sales. So if you're not delisting and relisting with List Perfectly, definitely something you want to get into, especially in 2021, growing your sales and kind of reaching that next level. Managing sold listings, oh my God, what a pain to have that listing sell when you get that ping and it's like, you've sold a listing and then you realize, oh my God, I sold that last week. It's the worst feeling, from the best to the worst feeling. So we're going to help you with that. Of course, we're going to dive in and share more about unlimited analytics and CSV downloads with the business and the pro plan. That's also for $0 extra. And then we're going to talk about our bulk inline edit feature, which allows you to edit all of the information of the items in your List Perfectly catalog really quickly, just kind of in one batch. So good if you want to change your titles quickly, your prices quickly. If you want to just really update any information in a speedy way, this is a great way to do it. And then last but not least are filters in your List Perfectly catalog. So that's something that's been recently updated, and it's something that we continue to improve. Actually, all of these things are, but finding items in your List Perfectly catalog is so quick and easy with our filters. So we're going to go over that as well. And we do have, of course, Amanda and Clara joining us from the founders of List Perfectly, and then Theresa and Liz, who are really our resident selling experts that use List Perfectly day in and day out and have become masters of the tools of List Perfectly. And they're going to tell you from their own experience how to use all of these topics that we're talking about to manage your inventory. So today is a great day because you're pretty much joined by all the experts on our team. Well, not all, but some of our experts on our team. Okay. So first, as we've mentioned, unlimited products and cross posts for $0 extra. List Perfectly has a very unique pricing model in that we don't charge for the amount of products that you store in your List Perfectly catalog, nor for the amount of cross posts you do. I'm going to back this up 2 slides really quickly because there is, you can cross post and use List Perfectly in a flexible way that meets your needs. You can either go from platform to platform without adding or importing to your List Perfectly catalog. So for example, you could cross post from Poshmark to Tradesy or eBay or Mercari without, again, adding or importing. Or you can utilize your List Perfectly catalog to cross post to your favorite platforms. And that's where this inventory management is really going to come in. And so when we talk about unlimited products, what we're saying is unlimited items stored in your List Perfectly catalog for $0 extra. But regardless of how you cross post, you are going to be able to do unlimited cross posting for $0 extra. All right. I'm going to turn this over to the team now.
All right, so we're going to be talking now about catalog management, right? And you've done quite an improvements, like the latest improvement we made, okay, that I'm very proud of is how to add a product right after you log into List Perfectly. Now we have right next in a shortcut, add a product right then and there. We made it even easier. Why? Because you can add products from any device, right?
Yeah.
A phone,
right.
a tablet, an iPhone, an iPad, a desktop. It doesn't need an extension. Remember, to add products to your List Perfectly catalog, you do not need the extension. It can be done from any device, right?
Right, exactly. And any browser as well, your phone browser. We always recommend whatever browser works for you on your phone. If you want to list with your phone, use that. Log into List Perfectly right from your phone. You can upload your photos, create your listing. You just can't cross post. You would log into your computer for that.
Perfect. All right. So are we going to show something on the add or import? Would you like us to show something?
Sure. Let's
Don't
show
we
a
have a
video.
demo?
Yeah. All right. Let's pull this up.
I also just wanted to let everyone know here that adding products, as you're pulling up, Amanda, to your List Perfectly catalog is very similar to adding to a marketplace. So when you're listing on your favorite marketplace and it's asking you for things like photos, title, description, these are the same things you're going to see when you add products to your List Perfectly catalog.
Perfect. Hold on. Let me.
One
go
moment.
one.
Fine.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, and the reason is we have to use videos because our connection is a little slow. So we create videos for you to make it simple. But in this case, we're
Here
just
we
going to
go.
show you live.
Here we go. Yeah, I want to show live this. I need to get Zoom.
It's okay. Nobody's watching. Nobody's counting. It's okay. Just take it.
Watching. Yay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yay. Okay. So here we go. So this is what I was talking about. So right after you log in.
We're not seeing. There you go.
Go ahead.
You don't see our screen?
I see it now.
Okay. All right. It's a little delay.
Yeah, a little delay. So this is the screen that you get to log right after you log in into List Perfectly. And this is what I was talking about. These button here that says My Products, okay? And then we added, okay, a product right next to it, okay, that says Add Product. This button is the one that is gonna make your life so much easier because with just one click, okay, you can add products, okay? You can implement a template, okay? You're already implementing a template to make your job. See how it is already filling in a short description, you know, and repetitive information such as condition, style, material, and so forth. Here's how you can add images. In this case would be, okay, images, for example, you know, in this case, I don't have images for a product, but this is how you add your images. We have a drag and drop feature. So this is how we add products to List Perfectly. And this can be done when we do listings natively in List Perfectly. However, this is not the only way to add listings to List Perfectly, because you can also add your active listings, okay, from any of the platforms we support, and then bring those active listings to List Perfectly or bypass List Perfectly and go to another platform. So this is about, you know, what I want to show you about adding products, okay? And then that was pretty much about adding products, whether it's going to be natively done in List Perfectly or you're going to bring your listings that are already done in some platform that you don't want to do it again. Right?
Yeah, and by the way, the template selection works on your phone too. It's so any device you want to list from, all the features will work.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the most. Is there anything else you want to add, Theresa, to this?
Yeah. I just want to point out, because I know we're all creatures of habit, and I've been listing and selling on eBay. That's my main platform for 25 years. And I will say it was hard for me to get used to just listing and List Perfectly. But as I was training a VA, I started doing it myself so I could come up with these steps for the VA. And it's pretty much, I still list occasionally on eBay just because I forget and it's out of habit. But if you haven't tried listing directly to List Perfectly, I would strongly encourage you to try to break those habits. It's quick, it's easy, it's fast. And then what I'm doing now is when I create a new listing, I'll take the pictures from my phone, and Liz taught me this. Take the pictures from your phone, create a listing on your phone through List Perfectly. I don't do a lot of typing, and I just come to my computer, and then I finish the listing, and I cross post to 3 or 4 platforms, and you get it all done in one step. So that's a quick and easy tip.
Awesome, thank you.
If you're a creature of habit, give it a try, I bet is what I would say in the nutshell.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, and we recommend this, by the way. The image quality is going to be so much better when you upload directly to List Perfectly, just as a side note.
Yep. All right.
I have some other tidbits here, and we're just going kind of off script, but I hope it's okay for a moment because I'm so
Always, Alex.
Of course, I'm so obsessed personally with listing in my List Perfectly catalog first, and I would literally never do it any other way personally. And there's a couple different things I want to point out. So first of all, you can start your listing on List Perfectly, as we just saw in the Add Product page that is right there, right after you log in. You click that Add Product button. Now, you did see how Clara showed you that you can use a template to not have to type in those repetitive features. But one of my favorite things is being able to create custom titles for the different marketplaces. That has been so good for my sales personally. And then if you don't want to add products directly to List Perfectly, let's say you have thousands of listings or hundreds of listings on one of your platforms already, for example, Poshmark, all you're going to do is be able to quickly cross post and copy your listing to List Perfectly on your favorite platform by selecting the List Perfectly icon. And then it will be imported into your catalog for you right here with the word Poshmark under the channels section. The platforms column. And because of that, that's going to help you manage your inventory since you now know where it's listed. Then you're going to cross post from List Perfectly to the platforms that you sell on, and it will appear like it does here with those platforms listed, so you know where item is. Okay.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Alex. What a presentation. We're going to skip. I'm going to leave delist and relist for the end because that's the best, okay?
Save the best for last.
Save the best for last, okay? Because we have a little surprise for that one. What we're gonna be talking now is about managing sold listings now. So what we're gonna share with you. Okay, let's see right now. Okay, how to mark a sold. All right, let me see the screen now. We're gonna share the screen. Okay, it's this one. Okay, can you see my list perfectly screen? Perfect, all right. So here we're gonna show you how to mark listings as sold, okay? So we're gonna go in bulk in this case. We're gonna select, we sold several. We had a very good day. Wow, we are on fire. So we're gonna show you how to mark in bulk, okay, as sold, okay, in 11 channels, okay. So we're showing you right now how List Perfectly is delisting. So we're gonna open, right, Mandy?
Yes.
One window per listing.
Correct. And this is really just a verification. You want to make sure that the listing really did end. That's why we open the tabs for you, because there's some marketplaces that throw up logins and you know, before they're going to end the listing. So you just want to verify that. But note what I do recommend is only mark sold and end on platforms for non-multi-quantity listings. Like you have just one, you're down to your last one listing and you sold it. Now you have 0 quantity. That's when you would want to use the sold feature because it will remove the listings from the other marketplaces. But if you have quantity 10 and you sold one of them, then mark sold is not what you'd want to do.
Exactly. Yes, because we do support quantities.
That's right.
I'm glad that you clarified that.
Mhm.
So the purpose of this video is to show you how to delist, okay, in making it in bulk from the List Perfectly catalog. And that's what List Perfectly will do for you. That means that you have to be logged in to that specific platform before starting the sold process to the list, okay? One thing, okay, is to mark a listing as sold, okay? Because it's very important to determine, do you want to delist something or are you going to mark it as sold? Two different things in List Perfectly, because sold, don't forget that we're collecting this data to give you at no extra cost data analytics. Now, the listing, okay, you didn't sell it, okay? So now you need to refresh your stale listings, which we're gonna show later, okay? And you're gonna use a different feature of List Perfectly to do so.
Before we get on to the next topic, can I say something to address,
Please.
Amanda said that, you know, not, if you have a multi-quantity listing, don't use sold. I have several multi-quantity listings. So what I do, because I'm very, prone to using the sales analytics, like I want my sales analytics to be correct, I take that listing and I create a duplicate. And the duplicate is the one that I mark sold and use that one to, because then it'll add my sales into my sales analytics. I leave the original up there, decrease the quantity, and then use the duplicate and mark that one sold. So that's the way I do it. It works for analytics. It keeps my other listings active and alive.
That is such an amazing tip. Thank you, Theresa. And just to tag on that, you know, I'll share my screen. I'll show that because I think that's a really great tip. The important thing there is when you use sales analytics, it's not, and you're marking sold, it is not
sharing screen right now.
Yeah, I know. It is not marking sold on the platforms. It's really just for your inventory purposes. So now I'll share my screen. All right, so here is the sales analytics page that Theresa mentioned. I have enable inline edit here. This is the fastest way. If you just want to change quantities, you want to manage your listings that are multi-quantity, here's your quantity column. And if I had one that was 10, I could quickly just go in and just mark it 9, click update. And then if like Theresa suggested, duplicate it, this is how you would just mark it as sold for your records.
We'll
And-
show this again when we
Yes.
talk, as you're getting ahead.
Yeah,
You girls are getting ahead. We'll show this again when we get to the sales analytics. But
Okay.
yes, that's how you
That's our
manage.
next topic. So we're
Yeah.
But-
Okay.
But you know what? I just learned something different. I learned a different way to do what I was doing. So I love that you don't have to just do it one way. But I'm going to try that because that seems like it's much more intuitive and easier to do.
Less
Thank
steps,
you.
Teresa. Less
Yeah.
steps.
Way less
So yeah,
steps.
we'll do a quick video about that. Thank you for bringing that up. I love this webinar.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and Alex, shall we start with analytics?
sure.
And this one is just sales analytics, and no CSV downloads, or are we talking about both topics?
We're talking about both unlimited analytics and unlimited CSV downloads, which come for $0 extra with both the business and the pro plan. And yeah, that's our next topic. So we're going to dive right in.
Fabulous. All right. So let's go ahead. And I'm going to share. Would you like to? I could share, you know what? I have a video, okay, of sales analytics right now here.
So one thing I love, especially for pro users about the CSV downloads, is that you can actually use that CSV to upload your listings to other platforms that we don't yet support, like WooCommerce or BigCommerce. You can just download that CSV, which they're about to show you, and upload it to those platforms we don't yet support.
Exactly. Thank you for saying that, Alex. So what we're going to show you here, okay, is how sales analytics, okay, and this can be accessible with any device. You can edit, okay, data on your sales analytics with any device, okay. So here we're showing you a video, okay, because this is the amazing account of Theresa Cox. We love to show this. Her activity is incredible, okay. So we have to show off a little your sales analytics. It's always, thank you so much, Theresa, for letting us share this with our community. You're a true example of, well, your Instagram name says it all, okay? Numbers geek, okay? So in this case, we're showing what Amanda was talking about, how effectively change, okay, data, okay, for your sales analytics. So go ahead and Mandy, tell us.
Yeah, so the video is showing how marking sold, and what is happening right now is the item sold on Poshmark. And now we want to enter some data, like what was the cost of the item? What were the fees that Poshmark charged in this case? What was the total sold price, including all fees and shipping and whatever that is? Unless you want to break that out, you can. It's up to you. What was the date that it sold? So we're just going through and we're updating all the listings that sold that day. And once you save, you would just refresh the page and your charts would update with that information.
That's incredible. So yeah, and so what this is going to do, don't forget, this is just to edit your listings, but you can see also above, okay, in this part, okay, you can search and you can use filters to manage your inventory, whether it's here on the sales analytics dashboard or in your My Products, okay? You can access, okay, both of them. You can search by title, you can search by keywords or tags, you can use filters, okay? So you can see this is the sales analytics view that is going to give you a breakdown of your sales per month, also year, per channel, and so forth.
Yeah, and one thing, this is actually a frequently asked question.
Oh, look at that, they're doing the filter.
Right, we have a bar up there in analytics for Amazon. This is Theresa's account. Theresa sells on Amazon. Now, we can record Amazon sales. While we don't have a true integration for Amazon at this time, you can still keep a record of your sales. And because we know we have a lot of Amazon sellers on LP.
Yes, so we do have a lot of Amazon sellers that they come and they need to send their inventory to any of the 11 platforms we're integrated with, and they need a place to keep an organized system for their inventory, and at the same time be able to download that data into a CSV file that can be later rendered to your accountant so you can get your taxes done in a
Yeah.
in a flash. Okay, that's important thing to be organized, especially when you're selling in multiple channels. If you're not organized, if you're not using something to keep your analytics or your data in one place, it's going to be a headache. It's going to be painful to do taxes. One thing is to make money, and then once you realize you're making money, you're like, wait, now I got to pay Uncle Sam, right? So to do this diligently, do not pay extra. You have it on list perfectly, comes at no extra cost in the business and the pro plan. Take advantage of it, okay? That's sales analytics. I'm going to show you later how to apply filters. We're going to show you right in this webinar as well, how to use filters. But this is what we wanted to. Anything else, Theresa or Liz, that you might want to add about? You are the queen. You're the queens, okay, of analytics.
I know that we know this, and I'm not sure if anybody else, and I don't know if I missed it, but on that sales analytics page, I think it's important to note for anybody that's watching that's newer to this, when you mark it sold, that's not in the sales analytics page. It's not actually taking it off of the marketplace. So just to be clear, that's just sales analytics. And I don't know if I missed that at the beginning.
Yeah, great point, Liz. That is very true. This is just sales analytics. So this is giving you an opportunity to, add your information as you need to, but it is not going to change any statuses on any marketplaces. This is purely for analytics. So thank you. Yeah.
So let me give an example of that. When I sell something, I immediately want to get it off the other platforms, and immediately I don't like run to my computer every time I sell something, but within the next couple hours or whatever, I just mark it sold and how much it sold. When I actually ship it and look at the fees, I go into sales analytics and I add those fees there so that my numbers are correct. And so Liz is right. By doing it the first way, it does remove it off the platforms, which is my goal when it first sells. And then after I ship it, my goal is to update my bookkeeping.
That's excellent. And one other thing that I wanted to throw out there is this is just a tip. If you've marked an item that's a return and you want to put that back live, you can go into your sales analytics, remove the sold status, remove all the sales information, the cost of goods. You can leave cost of goods, but all the fees and the date, sold date, and all of that. To quickly just put that back into your inventory and available for sale.
Now I'm with Theresa. Now I'm gonna do like some, hybrid here. Why not duplicating? Because then I would keep the data of that when we duplicate, like Theresa said, and then you keep the data of the first one. Now you're using the data of the second. I'm just being creative here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't do that because it'll mess up your analytics, because in analytics yet we don't have a return. So that something gets returned to me, I would want to take it as, I would want to keep it, but mark it as a return, because you still incur the shipping expenses, and you might incur some shipping expenses back. And so for that, I wouldn't use the duplicate. For that, I would just keep that in there. But let me read that feature request in List Perfectly. That we can get
I like it.
Because I'm doing taxes, and that is a line on your tax form. It's like, okay, this is how much you made. How much did you get in returns? Yeah. And, on some platforms, Amazon, it's a huge number for me every year. So, I think that's the way I do it now.
Excellent suggestion.
Perfect. What is the next topic, Alex?
So the next topic is bulk inline editing, which we've already kind of gone over, but we can, go back to it if there's more to add.
Sure. Would you like to add anything?
Yeah, let's just share your screen. Let's share your actual screen now. Because I think a lot of people don't realize all the fields that are in sales analytics that you can edit. All right, so here we are. And is everybody seeing my screen? All right, perfect. So what a lot of people don't realize is that this keeps going, right? So I'm moving, I'm scrolling to the right, and all of these fields you can edit with inline edit. One of our most frequently asked questions is, how do I edit my item numbers in bulk? Well, right here you can do that. So, you just find the line item, and what I would recommend is just use the search bar up here. Search for a listing that you want, and then it'll just show one that you want to edit. And then you would just scroll to the right and edit all of these fields as you want, and then just keep going one by one by one, and it'll just make it so fast. Did I miss anything, Theresa or Liz? No.
No, this is a great for those that are just starting in List Perfectly, that are importing your items. And I'm sure we'll talk about that later, but as you're importing your items into List Perfectly to avoid duplicates, a lot of people will just open this up, and this is so fast to just copy and paste those item numbers for the different platforms. This screen makes it so much easier than going in one by one. And what I do is, when I did this on one platform with List Perfectly, is I did it by category. So I did shoes first and then sweaters next, just to kind of keep my sanity, right? So I didn't get lost in the shuffle of what I was doing.
Great tip.
For sure. And I want to point out also the how we can filter the results up top.
Yeah, oh, I have
Our
a
next
demo for that.
That is our next
Okay, all right, that's another topic.
So that is actually our next topic, our second to last topic. It'll be managing filters and filtering your LP catalog. And then we'll jump back to delist relist.
Perfect. All right, so I have a video for that.
Perfect. For managing filters and filtering your LP catalog.
That's right. Okay. Let me share my screen. There we go. QuickTime, okay? That's the one. All right, can you see my screen? Perfect. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to move these back here. So we're going to see how List Perfectly has the capacity to use and combine multiple filters for every search you want to do in your inventory. We want you to have control of your inventory at all times. So see what's sold per channel, okay? You don't need to filter everything that's sold. You can sold per channel, okay? Then you can combine more filters. Let's say we can say active, okay, in certain channel and not sold in another channel, for example.
Yeah. The not filters, I think a lot of people miss these.
Yes.
Because if you just have to scroll down, or you can type in that box as well to quickly find the filter that you need. You don't need to scroll, you can type, or you can scroll and find what you want, but you can combine all of them. So you could say not sold and then live on Poshmark, or not sold and not on eBay, not on Poshmark. You just go down the list and see what's not listed anywhere, but yet not sold. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use these filters. Right now we're showing 2, but you can have as many filters as you want. You can add 12 of them if you want.
So one of my favorite things for filters, and I love these filters, is because I use them every day, all day long, is I do not sold, show me everything that's not sold, that's on Amazon that I haven't listed yet on eBay. And that creates a subset. And then I'm like, okay, I need to cross post these eBay. And then I take those and I'll cross post in the pot, or whatever they might be, whatever platform is appropriate. But I use these sold and not sold filters all day, every day. And I think you're right. I think it's overlooked by many sellers. And so I'm glad that you went over that today.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a very highly requested feature. We're very proud that we've built that, because we're not only able to show you how to filter your inventory correctly, but you can combine filters, and these combinations can keep going, okay? So you can say active on eBay, not sold on Etsy, and not sold on Poshmark, okay? Or then maybe sold on Poshmark, and somehow you want to see if it is active somewhere else. So we can filter these and help you manage your inventory correctly. And that's important. That's a very important feature that was added, this year, I think. Or...
No, that's been around for a very long time.
Yeah?
Actually,
the combination. Okay.
We've always had them, but I think it's just, getting the word out has
the combination.
Yeah,
also. Yeah. So the next topic, I think now we're having delist and relist, or
Yes.
Actually, I think I need to join the meeting because I have a special video for you guys.
All right.
So go ahead and talk about another topic.
All
You have
right.
yours.
Okay. So in the meantime, oh, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, so this is our last topic today, but I just kind of, as an observer for most of this presentation, I just kind of wanted to give you guys one thought or leave you with this about List Perfectly. So we've gone over quite a bit of capabilities when it comes to List Perfectly, you know, whether it's marketing sold, delisting or relisting, bulk editing, filtering. There's just, I think the point of all of this is there are so many capabilities within your List Perfectly plan. There are so many different tools that it's hard for us to sit here and say, this is the specific way you should use List Perfectly, because that's just not reselling. That's just not what selling is. Selling is finding your process that works for you. Selling is finding your titles that work for you. It's you know, either using the mark sold process or the bulk line inline editing. It's just really what works for you. And because everyone sells differently, List Perfectly is built to accommodate everyone. And so what I really encourage everyone to do is to pause this video as you go and explore List Perfectly and just kind of play around and see what works for you. So we're just really trying to give an overview of, hey, this is everything you can do, but when it comes to what works for you, we have it for you. That I can tell you for sure. So always just know that List Perfectly is built to meet your unique needs, and however you choose to use all of these tools is going to be the best way for you. Oh, you're on mute, Amanda.
Oh, thank
well,
you, Alex.
Thank you, Alex. Well said. No, and that is the whole idea of List Perfectly, is that we don't box you into one way of doing things. We know that, you know, you have a wide variety of different ways of running your business, and so all we want List Perfectly to do is complement that. And you know, a lot of people discover new ways to use List Perfectly that are very creative, and we encourage that and share with others. So I have the delist and relist video up. I'm just going to hit play. And this is showing how to delist on Mercari, for example. We're going to delist, I think, around 10 or 15 items, and then we're going to relist them back. It's one of our most frequently asked questions. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. And I'm showing you in this video one way that you can delist. So first we're going to select the Mercari listings that we want to delist, and that's processing right now. And once those listings are ended, then you'd be able to just return back to this window and relist them again. So it takes just a bit of time to get through 10. So once you see copy again on this window, you would just click copy, and that's it. So that's what happened right now was all of your listings were ended. Now new windows in Mercari are being opened, and your products are going to be brought over to Mercari where you can relist them. And I highly encourage taking this opportunity to make your listing a little different at this point. You never want to carbon copy your listing. It's bad for SEO. It's going to get you more eyeballs on your listing when you change things up a little bit. And that's why we do this process this way. It's very important. We want you to sell. We don't want you to just do a lot of busy work that doesn't give you a lot of, you know, returns and bang for your buck. So highly encourage you to do this. But another way that you can delist and relist is follow the process that we just showed in the video. I'll play again. But you want to follow this process so that you end your listings. Give it time. Give it maybe a few days, and then come back maybe a day later, a couple of days later, and then post your items back on Mercari. Give it a little break. Give it a chance to really stand out and pop out. And the nice thing is, with our filters that we just showed you, it's going to be very easy to find these listings again a few days from now. You don't have to delist and relist right away if you don't want to. But this is, again, one way that you can do it.
No, incredible what you said, you know, about delisting in bulk, okay? And don't forget that you guys can delist, okay, vision of List Perfectly is not to push automatically, okay, your listings, because if you're delisting and just relisting, all you're doing, okay, is just incurring into additional fees. If you didn't sell it before, what makes you think you're going to sell it again? Take the little time, okay? This is your chance to tweak your listing and see maybe a new picture. Just drag and drop the picture with our image manager. Maybe you just touch up a little the title. Maybe you do a little couple of more keywords or something, okay? You have no idea that one thing that will get you that extra sale. And if you're just not into editing your listings, like Amanda said, give it a couple of days, okay? Marketplaces, okay, they can see, that you're just relisting the same old. You're not gonna get priority. They know that you're just repeating the same old listing. There's not gonna give you any better ranking, okay? Yes, if you pay promotions, maybe different platforms might have, okay, a way to promote your listings and so forth. That's a whole different thing. We're talking about organic optimization of your listings without incurring into extra fees and just maximizing List Perfectly, right?
You nailed it. Yeah, absolutely right. Everything Clara said, algorithms are getting smarter. And when they see the same listing repeated over and over and over, and it's the same thing, they start to ignore those results. They start to lower your ranking.
Yeah.
So you really need to pay attention if you do use delist and relist. Just make yours stand out just a little bit every time. That one little tweak like Clara did might make all the difference. Rearrange your photos a little bit. Change up your title, change up your description a little bit. Maybe some categories overlap. Maybe try a new category. There's a lot of things that you can do. Add some keywords.
I was watching yesterday Vicky and Katie's show, and they were talking about how listing sometimes on a different category or using a second category on the platforms that allow you to, it makes the world, okay, for your customers to find your listings faster. Just another suggestion, okay, that we can give you that is organic and so forth. We're always looking at the algorithms of marketplaces, what makes a listing sell faster and what not, okay? And definitely a listing that has some touch-ups, even if it is an old listing, okay, with some little touch-ups, okay, it'll sell.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything to add, Theresa?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Theresa, you're on mute.
Yeah. No, I think you covered it well. I think that, the thing that I would like for people to take away, well, one of the things I learned how to mark sold differently. So there you go. And I've been, using this for almost 2 years now. But play with the filters, because like I said, I use this every single day, and that's how I determine, okay, let me see what's on eBay that's not on Mercari. Let me boost my Mercari stuff today. And so I'll do that. In let me see what's on Poshmark that's not, or on eBay that's not on Poshmark is my biggest, because eBay is where most of my listings are. And so that's kind of like my what's on eBay that's not on, A, B, or C. So if you need to rewind this and watch that, that's a good point that Alex made. Just go back and watch it and play with it on your own computer, because it's amazing and it's so fast and easy.
Thank you, Theresa. Thank you so much. Great words. Liz, you're always doing things and tweaking and giving us incredible feedback as well. Would you like to add anything?
Going back to the unlimited products and crossposts, I will tell you, I've noticed a lot more users importing their listings and having a lot of questions about that. Something it was said earlier on, I was taking notes as you were talking, something that was said earlier on, I'm talking specifically to the eBay people that are importing your listings. I hesitated on that because I didn't want to cross post to other platforms because my pictures weren't square. They wouldn't fit on Etsy. They wouldn't fit on Poshmark. Be aware that that List Perfectly added a picture modification. So your extension is customizable. So no more, like I would totally avoid that in the beginning because my pictures just didn't fit. So I would only pick certain items to cross list. That's not a thing anymore. So eBayers or anybody that are taking your pictures, I don't know what they're called. I call them rectangular or up and down pictures. Import them. List Perfectly is going to fix that and put it right into, they're going to modify your image to fit on all of those platforms. So that's super important. So get them imported, get them cross-listed to all platforms. Like that's not even a problem anymore. So get on that.
Great point, Liz.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Yeah.
great point. I think that was overlooked. So one of the benefits of adding your products directly to List Perfectly or importing and then cross-posting is that it's going to take your image, it's going to resize it into a square without cropping, which I think is really important, essentially just adding a white border. So if that is the thing that's preventing you, if you're like, oh my God, I want to sell on Depop, but Depop is square, and my listings are rectangle, you can just import them from your existing platform into List Perfectly and then cross post to Depop. And that's going to do two things. It's going to, of course, resize your images for you when you cross post to Depop, so you don't have to. And it's going to have tracking of, okay, it's from eBay. So it's going to say eBay right next to your listing in List Perfectly. And then it's going to say Depop because you sent it to Depop, and that's going to be right there in the column for you, so that when it does sell on Depop, all you have to do is go into List Perfectly, mark it sold on eBay, and it's gone. It's just such a great way to manage your listings, is to utilize your List Perfectly catalog.
Yeah. And I do want to mention one more thing about, the List Perfectly way. Some people ask, why do we open the marketplace tabs? Because it's important for you to see your listing on the marketplace. If we were to just send it to the marketplace blind, you don't have a chance to check how it looks on that marketplace. You don't have a chance to check your photos. You don't have a chance to check, did the description import properly? Did all the fields that you want to be filled out on that marketplace get filled out properly? Because there are many fields that marketplaces have, especially eBay, that you do want to fill in and you do want to take advantage of for those extra boosts in search and sales. So it's really important, if you want sales, to pay attention to the marketplace and look at that listing on the marketplace and make sure it's going to stand out there.
Exactly. Reviewing your listings is paramount. Okay. Technology is not perfect. And come on, eBay has issues. Poshmark has, every platform has little tech issues. Technology is not perfect. So when you're pushing listings automatically from a platform, and you're just making them active, because you can do software, do whatever you want, okay? So, and you're making them active, okay? And somehow something happened, okay, on our side, okay? Or something happened, maybe a change on the platform, okay? It's gonna go with errors. And guess what? You already paid the insertion fee, or maybe you already got a sale or something that wasn't accurate, and that's gonna give you an item not as described, or a cancellation, or so forth. That is going to damage your reputation. And that's what is important. Save the time that we're opening that tab for you. Review the listing. Don't take for granted that it does not need an improvement. If it wouldn't need an improvement, it would have sold already.
Very true.
Yeah, and on the opposite side, when you delist, I really appreciate that the window opens, because I do sell multi-quantity and I do sell on Poshmark. And once something sells on Poshmark, it won't go to sold. Right? So it opens that tab, so I can just simply change the quantity and move on. Or if it's the last one, you just, instead of marking it as sold, it just goes to, what is it called? Not available. So I have options, right? So I get the option right then and there live. It's one click and move on. And so I appreciate that on the end and sold side.
Yeah,
That's great.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Liz. Very, very well said. It helps to have control of your listing and cross-posting process at all times. That's what we believe in. I believe that we presented very well. Alex, what do you think? Did we miss something?
No, that's all the topics for today.
Awesome. So let me see. I know that Teresa.
There was one more thing I wanted to throw out.
Oh,
okay. One more thing, and
okay.
this is important. If you have a segmented shops on one marketplace, so let's say you have Poshmark shop for shoes, and then you have another Poshmark shop for formal wear or whatever it is, You know, you might be one of those sellers that likes to segment your shops and give each one a personalization and an identity. List Perfectly will work with those. And that's another reason why we don't put you in a box. List Perfectly doesn't give you one way to use List Perfectly. You just log out of one shop ID, log into another one, and you can still use your List Perfectly catalog to go between.
That's right.
Yeah, I have 2 eBay stores, and what I really appreciate inside the List Perfectly catalog is the notes section. And I actually use the notes section. So my second store, I just put that second store name in there, and I can do the search everything filter, and I just put that in and it'll bring up that entire second store. And I love that I can just flip flop back and forth with ease.
That's a great tip, Liz. Yeah.
Great, awesome. So we are done with this presentation. Thank you for adding that up. So I know, Theresa, you were answering all kind of questions on YouTube. Oh, you're muted.
I did just a couple of just gave some suggestions for the way I do something. Somebody asked a question. I don't remember what it is.
Yeah.
What it was, but you know, and that's a good point to what Amanda said, is that I love that there's not one way to do things because we all work differently. And I ask Liz all the time, like, how do you do this? And what about this? And it's like, oh, that didn't even dawn on me, or, you know, vice versa. And so I love that there's not just one way to do things. That to me shows a platform that is catering to their sellers, which I know you guys do. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm going to read just a couple of questions. Joanne Loftus says, when you scroll, you lose the item, photo, and description. So it's difficult to keep track of which line you should be on.
Yeah, and that's very true. That's a point that when I was sharing earlier, if you're going to be updating, you know, a particular listing, I recommend searching for listings in a certain category or just find one listing. And as you scroll, you're just going to see that one listing and you can quickly edit all those lines. You're not going to get lost, but a freeze column is something coming in the future. And we do know about that. We want to make it easier for you.
There you have it. Thank you so much, Joanne. Great question. Yeah. We're coming with that feature soon. Okay. Now, Suzanne says she's loving. Thank you, Suzanne Felber. She says she's loving List Perfectly in so many ways, and she's looking forward to learn to use it better. Now, Sugarface, okay, says looks just like Shopify. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I'm flattered. Looks like Shopify inventory management platform. How is this any different other than being woman-owned USA company versus Canada? I am flattered. Wow, thank you so much. Okay, I couldn't be more flattered. You just compare me to Shopify. Okay, today I'm gonna be walking in cloud 9. Okay, so Shopify, for those of you, very different from List Perfectly. Shopify is a beautiful platform, so you can have your own online presence with your website and help you to facilitate search engine optimization. It's not a marketplace, it's your own website. So very different from List Perfectly. We're a listing service, cross-posting with inventory management, sales analytics, and managing 11 channels. Okay, so as far as I know, Shopify is only managing Shopify. So I love it. I feel very, very flattered.
And you know, we're very unique in that our Pro Plan allows you to list faster. With our templates on Pro Plan are like none other. You will not find those on Shopify, I guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
You should definitely have a panel just for that, add products and importing products for Pro Plan, because there is so many more tools and capabilities with Pro Plan, which is really exciting as well.
Sure is.
Awesome. So that's all the questions. You're welcome, Joanne. Great question. Thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate it. And we're going to come with more panels coming soon.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm going to just end one other note here. So if you have questions after this video will be live on YouTube. Please feel free to comment them. We are watching the comment here, and join our Facebook group, which will be added into the notes of this video. Our Facebook community group is very active. So Joanne, thank you so much for your suggestion. You can send us suggestions through the website, or you can comment and kind of get a community feedback on things that you're thinking, and just share in the Facebook group as well. So thank you guys so much for being here, and we're going to link those resources in the notes of this video.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Have a great day and great week.
So, bye.